Yesterday, you learned the concept of slope is really important to understanding these motion graphs. Slope, again, is a measurement of how steep a line is. So yesterday, our focus graph was distance time graph, and a slope on a distance time graph tells us speed. There's two major types of slope. A gentle slope means that the line is more horizontal. It's almost laying down, okay? And on a distance time graph, and if the line looks like this, it's a gentle slope. And gentle slope on a distance time graph means a slow constant speed. When the other type of slope is a steep slope. It's more vertical, almost standing up, okay? And on a distance time graph, when you see a steep slope like this, that means a fast constant speed. This is fast and this is slow on a distance time graph. Make sure you pay attention to the axes, okay? Now let's take a look at this slope. When you have no slope, you have no angle, this means it's horizontal. On a distance time graph, when the line is horizontal like this, it means stationary, no movement. Let's move on over here where all the major lines are in one graph. Take a look that this blue line here and this red line here both mean constant or steady speed. But this blue line, because it has a steeper slope, means that the object is going at a faster, steady speed than the red line right here for letter A. B, again, remember horizontal lines on distance time graphs mean horizontal or mean no movement or stationary. Think of yesterday, the guy stood in one place for a while, then the time still continued and he still didn't increase or decrease any distance. This last point that you need to really remember is that when a line heads back down, that just means a person is going backwards, going back to where they were, okay? And what we didn't really focus on, because the moving man, we didn't really accelerate him or decelerate him, is when a line is curved like this, it means accelerating. It makes sense because over here, take a look at the slope. If you were to take the slope of here and the slope of here, they're different, okay? Over here, you have a gentle slope, and up here, you have a steep slope. Remember, gentle is slow, steep is fast. So it went from slow to fast. When you're going slow to fast, you are accelerating or increasing speed. When over here, when you're decreasing speed, the line looks like this. When the line looks like this, you are decelerating. It makes sense because take a look at this part of the graph. This part of the line is very steep. This part of the line is gentler. Steep means fast, from fast to slow. You're decelerating, decreasing speed. One last thing I want to cover is that motion graphs tell you a story, okay? So here is a graph that is supposed to show you the story of the tortoise and the hare. When you are first looking at these graphs, make sure you understand, take a look at the axes. This is a distance time graph, okay? And how much is the distance? How much is the total distance? I'm giving you some think time. The total distance is 2,700 meters. How much time was this race between the tortoise and the hare? The tortoise and the hare, the time span was 15 minutes, okay? So here, do you see this red line shows that 2,700 meters was the finish line. So they ran a distance of 2,700 meters. The green line is supposed to represent the tortoise. The purple line is supposed to be the hare. And take a look. What do we learn about the tortoise in this story according to this line, this green line? Giving you some think time. So this green line is one straight line. So the slope is all the same. So the tortoise stayed at a constant speed. Okay, it stayed at a constant speed from the starting line to the finish line. The hare, on the other end, at the starting line, did he start right away? No. We find here, we see a purple horizontal line. What does that mean, horizontal lines? That means that he had stayed for 2 minutes. He had stayed put, didn't move. And then at the 2-minute mark, then that's when he started moving at a constant speed. And over here, we see another horizontal line. That means that he stayed at rest for how many minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. He stayed at rest. And then afterwards, he went on with the same speed as he was before to the finish line. Okay, so there you have it. You can tell a story that the tortoise at a constant speed made it to the finish line before the hare. The reason I know that the tortoise made it to the finish line before the hare was because here, take a look at the time. He made it in 15 minutes, and the hare made it in 1 minute after that at the 16-minute mark. Okay, so there you have it, an example of how the distance time graph can tell a story of motion.